In this video, we are going to be using the chain rule to compute derivatives of a couple of functions. The first function that we're going to find the derivative of is the function x plus 1 over x minus 1, the quantity raised to the 7th power. So hopefully you'll realize that this function is of the form u of x raised to the 7th power, and we want to find the derivative of that where u of x equals x plus 1 over x minus 1. So the derivative of this here, derivative with respect to x of u of x to the 7th, is going to be 7 u of x to the 6th power times the derivative of u with respect to x. So in this particular case, we have 7 times x plus 1 over x minus 1 raised to the 6th power, and then times the derivative of this with respect to x. So that's just going to be x plus 1 times 1 minus, I did that incorrectly. It should be x minus 1 times 1 minus x plus 1 times 1, and this follows just from the quotient rule over x minus 1, the quantity squared. This is just because we have x minus 1 in the denominator, so the quotient rule tells us that the derivative of a quotient is the denominator times the derivative with respect to x of the numerator minus the numerator times the derivative with respect to x of the denominator, all divided by the denominator squared. So if we go ahead and simplify, we'll get 7 over x plus 1, or 7 times x plus 1 over x minus 1 to the 6th power times x minus 1, then minus x minus 1. Just went ahead and distributed the negative sign here. And over x minus 1, quantity squared. And now we just have to do some more simplification here. So we have a x minus 1 in the denominator, x minus 1 to the 6th in the denominator. Well, let me go ahead and rewrite all this stuff here. So x plus 1 to the 6th power over x minus 1 to the 6th power times negative 2 over x minus 1 squared. So now we're ready to group these factors together. So we have negative 14 x plus 1 to the 6th. In the denominator we have x minus 1 to the 8th power. In this example, we'd like to find the derivative with respect to x of cosine of 2x times sine of 3x. So we can see right off the bat here that we have a derivative of a product. Well, the product rule tells us that this is just going to be the first function times the derivative of the second plus the second function times the derivative of the first. You'll notice in these derivative expressions, we don't have the derivative of x here. We have the derivative of sine of x. We have the derivative of sine of 3x. Likewise, here we do not have the derivative of cosine of x. We have the derivative of cosine of 2x. So we'll have to use the chain rule in each of these instances. So we'll go ahead and write cosine of 2x and times the derivative of sine of 3x with respect to x. Well, that's going to be cosine of the quantity 3x, right? But then times the derivative with respect to x of 3x. Well, that's just 3, right? And then we have here the sine of 3x times the derivative with respect to x of cosine of 2x. That's going to be negative sine of 2x times the derivative with respect to x of 2x. And that's just 2, so we'll go ahead and take out the derivatives and actually we'll go ahead and actually evaluate these derivatives here. So cosine of 2x times cosine of 3x times 3, and then minus sine of 3x times sine of 2x times 2. So we have 3 cosine of 2x cosine of 3x minus 2 sine of 3x sine of 2x.